Good morning. Welcome to I Can't Catch a Fish. Another day, another beautiful day. Headed out to one of our favorite spots to see if we can hook into some trout today.
But what we haven't tried at this spot is injecting the worms with air.
So we'll use our syringes and see what we can do to make them float up into the water column and see if that increases our luck. So stay tuned and we'll show you how we do it all.
See you there.
We're here on the side of a lake, one of our trusty spots that we like to come. I'm just going to walk you through what I would do to get a rig set up, to get a rod set up. So I'll just show you what kind of rod and line I'm using. So it's just a basic 6-foot medium action rod, 10-pound braided line on it. Whether or not it's a little bit larger, a little bit smaller, any rod's going to work really. What I do is I take the main line, my 10-pounded braided line, and I go to put a weight on it directly. So I put a slip weight on it, but I just take a bullet weight or a slip weight and slide it onto the main line. We have the sliding weight on our main line, and now I'm going to be putting a swivel at the end there to stop the sliding weight from getting too close to the hook. But in order to cushion that as the weight slides towards the swivel, I'm going to actually use a bobber stop. You can use beads, you can use other things, but a bobber stop is pretty straightforward. You just take your line, feed it through the loop, and pull it through. So that just adds as a stopper, but also a cushion, so that your knot doesn't wear down on your swivel. The next stage is getting my swivel and tying that to my main line. So the knot I'm going to use is called a uni knot. It's probably one of my most used knots. I know people say use a knot that you can double your line over more readily, such as a polymer knot, but a uni knot is my comfort knot. It's one I've used a lot. As long as you have a knot that ties to braid nicely, you can probably use it here. So I wrap my uni knot 4 or 5 times, and once that's through, it works as a slip knot, which I can then pull snugly into my swivel. Cut your tag end. So now I have my sliding weight, and my swivel. Now I need my leader and my hook. So for a leader, I have some 6-pound fluorocarbon. So take about 2 feet of that, 2.5 feet. So now that I have my weight and stopper and swivel, I'm gonna tie my leader on. So I'm just gonna use a uni knot again. Now it's a little bit easier with this fluorocarbon than it is with the 10-pound braid because there's such little memory with the braid. And now all you need to do is attach a hook to the end of the line. I say for trout, I like a size 2 hook, which is what I have, is the biggest I'd go for trout fishing. What I have is my universal freshwater hook. So I take one of my size 2 hooks and you tie your knot to that hook again. So you have your weight that can slide, has a little bit of play, so if a fish takes it, there's not going to be too much resistance. You have about 2 feet a leader. Then we have a nice little hook. So this is basically for fishing worms, bait, whether it's dough balls or little eggs, whatever it is off the bottom. We're going to try injecting a worm with a little bit of air with a syringe and see if we can catch some fish. So we have some lively worms in here, but this looks like a nice juicy candidate, so that'll have to do. So what I tend to do on a little worm like that is I'll rip it into about a half or a third, and from there I'll feed that onto the hook. But what I'm just doing is pushing the hook through the part of the worm that I ripped, and then kind of feeding it through so it sits with the hook protruding like that. So we take our syringe, suck in a bit of air, and then starts to inject it into the worm. He's puffed up a little bit. Hopefully he's going to float a little bit above. Still squirming. So we're just going to cast him out and see if we have any luck. This is a decent fish.
Oh, do you want me to grab the net?
Yeah.
Babe.
Just passing it to me. I can add it.
No, let me. Okay.
First fish of the day. Nice cutty like this. Gorgeous fish.
So we've had 2 fish on so far, actually both on deadly dicks. So our inflated worms on the bottom aren't working so well, but it is nice that we have pulled in a few fish today. James just bombed out another worm, and then we have our second rod, just a deadly dick on right now and casting. watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and you can also head over to Instagram to follow us there. Get out there, stay safe, and keep fishing.